When world leaders meet to talk about stopping climate change, they talk about one number, 1.5 degrees Celsius. Now, that's the level of global surface warming above pre-industrial temperatures that countries agreed to stay below. And 8 years ago in Paris, they promised to make their own plans to hit that target. But it was never about just turning off the fossil fuel taps. Every government made plans to cut emissions across every industry, from energy to transportation to land use. These are called the Nationally Determined Contributions, or NDCs, and they're expected to get more ambitious over time. Here they are on one big map made by Climate Tracker. And notice, not a single country is on track yet. Now let's look at two very different countries, Kenya and Norway. Both made promises in 2016, and now both score almost sufficient. That's the highest of any on the scorecard. Why? Well, Kenya has large forests. It has growing renewable energy supplies. It sells carbon offsets, and the government has started passing measures that will reduce emissions. But it's not a country that produces high emissions itself. So Kenya ranks highly because it's reducing just enough of its own while continuing to grow at a rapid pace. Norway is a very rich country, and its newest plans are among the only in the world that might be on track to achieve the goal of 1.5 degrees. Norwegians use electric cars, heat pumps, renewable power. There's a heavy tax on emissions, and that makes new technologies like carbon capture possible. That's where carbon is taken out of the air and buried under the sea. But Norway is also one of the world's major fossil fuel extractors, and it's only because that fuel is burned elsewhere that it isn't counted against Norway's goals. And many see this as unfair. These targets are now 8 years old, and none are currently ranked compatible with the goal. We're a long way from keeping temperatures below 1.5 degrees C. But at the very least, because of the efforts of the last decade, we're starting to see real zero carbon and competitive energy options that are becoming available by 2030. And that, at least, is a positive step.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.